Thank you for such a lovely welcome. I'd like to say a few words before I begin that I'm kind of uncomfortable when there are these terms like queen and all these terms, put across. I think a decade of working in a medium like radio taught me that these labels, they do not help anybody. I remember having a conversation with Preeti ma'am as well while we were discussing that I'd like to be here when she invited me. And I remember I mentioned that please do not communicate these kind of things, queen of radio and all these things. I think my medium has taught me one thing: as long as I stay honest to the people who are listening to me, I understand their pain, what are they going through, and how can I help them or add value in their lives. That will help me sustain in that profession. And these basic things have helped me all these years. Today, while I'm going to talk about content creation, I remember when I was choosing a good topic, the only thing that came to my mind is that you guys are a batch which has experienced a pandemic. I don't think there's anything else more painful in the human history than the times that we're experiencing and we're going through. So there's another superpower associated with you guys. You guys are the future. You guys will be going to a lot of new places, different professions. You guys will add value to a lot of different lives. So how can you do that? I think content creation is not just a job of someone in a creative space. What I believe is what radio has taught me all these years. Content creation helps you in every profession. Whatever you do, whichever kind of content you're creating. Because ultimately, content creation is communication. Is everyone fine with Hindi? I'll keep a mixed bag of Hindi and English. Everyone's cool with it? Okay. So content creation is something which is going to add value in whichever area you work. आप चाहे प्रिंट में काम करें, किसी न्यूज़पेपर के लिए काम करें, आप चाहे रेडियो के लिए काम करें, आप चाहे एक वीडियो बनाएं जो शायद इंस्टाग्राम, फेसबुक, यूट्यूब कहीं भी जाए. आप क्या बात करते हैं, कैसे बात करते हैं, और क्या उससे सामने वाले को कुछ मिल रहा है? Is it adding value to the other person's life? Is it giving something? The day you will be able to make a bridge between the person who is on the other end, you'll win. That's all. There's no science in this. And radio taught me this. In a room where there is nothing, मेरे पास सिर्फ एक माइक होता है, चार बंद दीवारें, सामने कोई नहीं है, और मुझे बातें करनी है. और मुझे बातें ऐसे करनी है जैसे सामने मुझे पता है कि मुझे कोई सुन रहा है. एक बहुत मैजिकल सी चीज जो रेडियो सिखाता है वो ये दैट आप एक वक्त पे लाखों करोड़ों लोगों से बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उस वक्त आपके सामने कोई भी नहीं है. हाउ डू यू थिंक दैट हैपेंस ऑन डेली बेसिस फॉर आवर्स? मैजिकल, राइट? सामने कोई नहीं होता है, और मजे की बात यह है कि सुनने वाले को यह लगता है कि ये मेरे से बात कर रही है. ऐसा कैसे होता है? ये मीडियम ये सिखाता है. इन द माइंड, इट्स अ थिएटर ऑफ माइंड. बोलने वाला ये सोच रहा होता है कि मैं शायद किसी एक ही इंसान से बात कर रहा हूं, और जब तक वो ये सोच रहा होता है ना, वो अपने मीडियम से ऑनेस्ट होता है. नो मैटर, चाहे एक 15 सेकंड का रील बना दिया, चाहे इट इज अ लॉन्ग फॉर्मेट वीडियो यू मेक फॉर योर यूट्यूब, भले 3 घंटे की फिल्म हो, लेकिन अगर आप क्लैरिटी के साथ ये नहीं कह सकते कि आप उसमें बोल क्या रहे हैं, यू नो, व्हाइल यू आर मेकिंग इट, द क्लैरिटी इन योर माइंड दैट व्हाट इज दिस कंटेंट. इफ योर व्हाट इज क्लियर, everything is sorted. There's no rocket science. And these are the basics which a beautiful medium that radio, it has taught me all these years. Today when I see a lot of followers and views and likes and all these things, it takes me back to the time that I have been creating content on daily basis. And trust me, No other medium teaches you that beautifully than radio. How many of you listen to radio here? पहले रो से तो मैंने एक्सपेक्टेड किया ही था, मैं पीछे के रोज की बात कर रही हूँ. How many? Very less. How many of you are on Instagram? Wow. Vanity. Instagram is vanity. How many of you are on YouTube? Like you consume content on YouTube a lot. So the highest goes to Instagram, IG. And of course, these days the medium is on its peak. Why do you think that medium is on its peak? Can anyone answer this? Anyone from the students? Why do you think IG is currently on its peak? It is consumed by so many Indians. It was obviously there in the market, but suddenly there is this boom about IG. The brands are there. Yes. Yeah.
I think it's the reels which are kind of like addicting.
So yeah, reels is one of the features it has. Why do you think the app is working so much?
Maybe because TikTok shut down last year and then reels had started, and because TikTok was already addicting, reels also became addicting, and then a lot of
that's
people...
one of the features, right? It's one of the things that it gives you. It's one of the ways of communication. You make a 15-seconder, you make IGTV is a longer. But why the app is on its peak? What do you think? Yeah, the guy in white. Yeah. You need the mic? Yeah. We'll get it. I'm going to make it a two-way session, guys. I can't do one-way communication.
Because of COVID, I guess, people at home, they were using Insta much, so the use time increased by a
You're talking about the last 2 years? Achha, before that?
Before that, no.
It's on a boom, I think, since 2016, 2017. The guy in yellow, yes.
Maybe because it gives you a medium to interact without actually having to interact.
Without actually having to interact.
So,
how? Could you please elaborate?
People who actually do not socialize a lot gets a platform to interact and feel wanted. And at the same time, it also kills boring vibes.
But interaction is happening on Facebook, Twitter. In fact, Twitter is more interactive, people say, in terms of debates and in terms of discussions. And, you know, there's an impression about that platform. So, but why do you think IG is taking such a huge... Yeah, the last one. Yeah.
Because of its user interface. It's easy to use than Facebook.
I think WhatsApp is the most easiest way. Your watchman will also have it, your doctor will also have it, your mother will also use it. The highest usage is, and the most easiest is WhatsApp.
But you cannot make a profile on WhatsApp. You can only chat with WhatsApp, one-to-one. You can share stories, what you do daily.
No. So, thanks. I'll answer this one. So, in this room itself, we saw that highest people are on IG. And there is this entire boom right now. There are brands on IG. There is business happening on this platform. You know, now there is revenue generation. Earlier, how it was, that it was just people putting across their pictures, showing across their life. That's all. And if you look at the app also, how they have grown. Earlier, they were only into images. Then they upgraded themselves. They added so many things. The biggest thing, the biggest addition that recently happened, like you mentioned about the reels, they exactly knew what people are up to. Two major things I'm going to talk about here, which are going to help you ahead in terms of deciding what content and the duration of the content. IG, Reels, TikTok, these things do talk about the attention span. 15 seconds max. It shows that the platforms are changing, the mediums no matter, the attention span. If it is going to be boring, you'll switch over. You just want to scroll, you know? You don't want to put your lot of brain into any kind of thing. It's like, I just want to mindlessly scroll, you know? And you are aware of this thing. You, me, all of us, we know that we are not going to get anything out of it. We're just mindlessly scrolling, it's vanity. But we'll still do it. It's visual. It is visual. It is giving something to our eyes. It's a visual treat. So one, it is visual. Another, it is short. It's going to take 15 seconds. One reel takes 15 seconds of your day. That's all. And endlessly, 1, 2, 3. तुम्हें पता भी नहीं चलेगा तुम स्क्रॉल करते करते 100 से ज़्यादा रील्स देख लोगे. What happens? So that is something which is already happening. We are a product which is actually being used. There are these apps. I'm sure many of you know about the algorithms and how the bots function. They collect the data. Then you are shown ads. आपने Google पे जाके कुछ ढूंढा होगा. आपको Instagram पे उसका ad आ जाएगा. You know these things. I'm sure, absolutely. Everyone in this room is aware how it works, What happens is, how do we make benefit out of it? When I'm talking about content creation, I want you guys to create content which makes communities so that you grow. You make money on these platforms. You become a brand. And how do you do that? When you are aware that what exactly is my audience in need of, I'm going back to my base, which is radio, which always taught me on daily basis to think, what exactly is my audience feeling today? A 4-hour show on daily basis, when on radio we create, the first question we ask ourselves is, "Aaj feel kya hai? City ka feel kya hai aaj?" What do you think people are feeling, What are they going through? What is on top of the mind? We have this question right on Facebook. What's on your mind? They're reading our minds. So content creation is reading someone else's mind. If you want to make a 15-second reel, if you want to make a IGTV, if you want to make a YouTube video, you want to make a web series of your own, you want to write a script for a film, whatsoever, whatever content you create, ultimately it is based on some very basic factors. And to sum it up, to make it short and quick, it is about reading other person's mind. Understanding that which audience you are going to cater. Before coming into this room, I asked few people backstage, which language will be fine? What do you think I was doing? Before catering my audience, I was deciding which language will be familiar. And I did ask, even after coming in this room, which language is fine? Hindi or English? I'll decide my content delivery based on that. Second, strengths, number of people. Third, age group, demographic. If you guys go to all these platforms, in the insights, we're able to see all these details for all the creators. और ये details इसीलिए होती है so that it makes our job easy to make better and better content. Today when you guys, how many of you follow Mostly Sane here? Prajakta Kohli? How many of you follow Bhuvan Bam? I am sure. They're fabulous creators. Kusha Kapila. How many of you follow her? Okay, give me more names. Creators that you guys like. Give me names. Tanmay. And? Female creators. Let's talk about female creators. Give me some names.
Dolly Singh. Dolly Singh.
Dolly Singh, yes. And? Kanis, yes. सोचना पड़ रहा है ना?
सुहानी शाह.
Nice. How many numbers can you guys think it is going to increase to in the next 1 year? Number of influencers or number of creators? जितने हैं उससे डबल होंगे? या उससे भी ज़्यादा? उससे 10 गुना भी हो सकते हैं. और शायद होंगे भी. What do you think can be the reason for it? Because it's making money. It's generating revenue. It's a new business. Your consumer has gone here. यहाँ पे है तुम्हारा consumer. Whatever you are going to create, you want to sell a pencil, You want to endorse a cream? You want to talk about a university? Everything is happening on this space. It's easy. Now what happens is what is most dangerous, because it is happening here, the other end, the receiver, your audience, your customer, उसके पास बहुत सारे options हैं. उसे सिर्फ 1 सेकेंड लगने वाला है स्वाइप करने में और आपकी तरह किसी और कंटेंट क्रिएटर के पास जाने में. कमिंग बैक टू द पॉइंट, आप चाहे 15 सेकेंड की रील बनाएं, आप चाहे एक IGTV बनाएं, आप चाहे एक वेब सीरीज की स्क्रिप्ट लिखें, शायद न्यूज़पेपर का कोई आर्टिकल बनाएं आप. आई डोंट नो, आई मीन आई एम जस्ट लुकिंग एट अ ह्यूज बंच ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी इन दिस रूम, एंड आप में से कोई आगे जाके कौन से न्यूज़पेपर का एडिटर बन सकता है. समवन कैन बी ऑन द TV screens, you know, hosting some good primetime news channel show. I don't know, I can just see a lot of talent here. And I just want to say one thing, that you will have to think on your own that what makes you different. Because different sells, original sells. Bhuvan Bam, Mostly Sane, Kusha, Kaniz, Tanmay. डिजिटलाइजेशन अगर नहीं होता तो इनकी जिंदगियां रुकी नहीं होती. ये लिखना जानते हैं, ये सोचना जानते हैं, और जो सोचता है वो सबसे ज्यादा ताकतवर होता है. अगर आप सोच सकते हैं तो आप लिख सकते हैं. इफ यू कैन थिंक, व्हाट डू यू वांट टू कम्युनिकेट? वन ऑफ माय वेरी अमेजिंग मेंटर्स एंड समवन हु टॉट मी रेडियो एंड कम्युनिकेशन years back asked me this question in a classroom. एक तो तुम्हारा what clear है, what. अगर तुम्हारा what clear है ना कि तुम्हें क्या कहना है, तो तुम्हारी ऑडियंस को भी क्लियर होगा. तुम्हें क्लियर होना चाहिए पहले. So it doesn't make any difference, you know, you are on a platform newly or you are like there for a month, 2 years. You create your audience, you create your customer base, you create your community based on how you are adding value to the other person's life. As simple as that. I'll keep it short. I am not someone who's going to be in a space to give a lecture or something, but here are my rules of creating content. A, it has to be relatable. You can note down if you want to. It has to be relatable, extremely relatable. When I write my egg talks or poetries or anything, I always make sure that it has to go with what is happening in the world. In last 1.5 years, I've made this property called Egg Talk on my Instagram, and after that now I've started it on YouTube as well. The only factor that has helped it grow so well was relatability. I knew that the world was going through a lot of pain. And if you help heal someone, you can make them theirs. It's a very smart way to create your community, your audience, your consumer base. You're adding value to someone else's life. The day you add value to the other person's life, you'll create your community, you'll create your audience. Truly influencing is not about having a product and saying, hey, this is awesome, please buy it. No. Influencing is about the story that how this product helped you do something better, and why do you want someone else to use it? The more honest you are, the more real you are, the more influential you are. A very huge difference between vloggers and influencers and someone who's genuinely influential. How many of you have liked the Irfan Khan Siska ad? A lot of us, like? A lot of us. What do you think was so powerful about it? Anyone would like to answer? Why it stayed so well with us, and why? What do you think was so amazing about that ad? What was it so nice? Was it Irfan Khan? Yes. Sorry? I can't hear you. Yeah, I think you've got the mic. Yeah. Yes.
I think his death, like
did?
it impacted on people a lot.
That's why they started watching that ad and whatever that movie was.
सिस्का की एड तो पहले से आती थी ना?
नहीं, but वो ऑफ हुआ, उसके बाद ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट हुआ.
नहीं.
Then Rajkumar Rao came, I guess.
No. The campaign was pretty successful long back. It was not. Yeah. It was not. Why do you think it worked so well? Anyone in this room can think what made it work? The last one, yeah. Yeah, the last guy.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
I think the factor that comes with Irfan Khan is reliability and the tagline that goes light years ahead. So yeah, that made the scene. And now that Rajkumar Rao is, heading the Siska campaign, I think they're really going ahead with good things. Thank you.
Thank you. What's your name?
Nitesh.
You are on point. A true influencing skills, if we talk about reliability. It's reliability. It's the connection. You want to sell a product, whatever you want to sell, whichever medium. You can only make a connect when you're making someone believe. And how does that happen? Your mom coming and telling you something and a stranger coming and telling you something, which one you're going to believe? Something that your mom said? Why? Because you trust. There is a connection. This is my own person. That's how it is. So whatever we design, whatever we communicate, be it an ad, be it a film, be it an article, wherever you are communicating, even in your normal FB post, you're making a tweet, you have to be very honest. Your honesty and how simple you keep it is going to make a connection. How many of you like Piku? Shujit Sarkar's Piku. How many of you like that film? Quite a less number. बहुत सारे लोगों को पसंद नहीं आई थी Piku. How many of you did not like Piku? कोई भी नहीं, okay. तो फिर तो पसंद आनी चाहिए ना, तो कितने लोगों को पसंद आई थी Piku as a film? Okay. बाकी सबको ठीक लगी थी, I think. Okay, someone who loved it. I want to talk to someone who loved Piku. Yes, the girl in black. What made you love that film? What was so amazing about it?
Ma'am, where do I start? Irfan Khan, of course. Let me just clear that out first. Shujit Sarkar, I've always been his fan. I think the script, I'm a big fan of the script writer.
Juhi Chaturvedi?
Juhi Chaturvedi, yes.
She's the writer.
Yeah, she does not even belong to the Bengali culture. The way she brought the culture into the film, and I am not a Bengali, but I could feel that Deepika's home could be my home, and her father, it's sad, but he was so like my father, like the same amount of annoyance that I go through every day. That, yeah, the point that you said, the relatability point, it was probably beyond the world. Yeah, I love that film.
You know, why the film reached out to so many people and why even for Deepika Padukone it stays as one of the most special films of her life is because it was as simple as every other Indian household. जैसे डाइनिंग टेबल की कहानी को एक फिल्म में बना दिया था, जो हम सबके डाइनिंग टेबल पर होता है, हम सबके घरों में. They made us believe that. They got the connect. There was relatability. That's where they won the hearts. A father who's cribbing, who does want his daughter to get married, but with a purpose. That's what he says, right? In this way. There's this girl who's struggling, There's her career, and then there is this entire scenario with the father, and she's unable to manage it at times. The same old shit which happens at a lot of places. The point is they made us believe it. It was relatable. It was honest. It was simple. We fall for simplicity. We don't want something large or grand. How many of you are fans of Family Man series? Quite a number. How many of you have liked Manoj Bajpayee in that? How many of you have been fans of Manoj Bajpayee since the Satya days? Very less. But it took a family man for a Manoj Bajpayee to make us realize his true potential. If you would have seen his work earlier, from his Satya days, what is content delivery? How many of you are Pankaj Tripathi fans? How many of you remember his debut? How many of you got to know about him from Mirzapur? That's it. उसके पहले मिर्जापुर से पहले आपने पंकज त्रिपाठी का काम कहां देखा था? Yes.
Criminal Justice web series.
But majority of you saw Mirzapur and you liked his work. That you know what an actor, what a character. These days he's being offered the same kind of a character in a lot of other series that he's doing. But he's not doing, you know, he's choosing his work. He did Mimi, the recent one with Kriti Sanon. You know what is the strength of people like them? Why in this time, in this era, there is this huge difference that we are fine with missing out a film of a superstar, but we might choose a Pankaj Tripathi or a Manoj Bajpayee. How this shift happened, that people are choosing content over large and huge banners. Why? Yes. Diversity, different roles, experimenting. Will you watch a Pankaj Tripathi after 2 years if he continues with just one character, or you'd like to see him doing a lot of new stuff? New stuff? Correct? That's how it is. But what is something which actually is there no matter how many roles a Pankaj Tripathi does? He brings out his element in every character he plays. We like him for that. How many of you want to be an individual creator on social media? Maybe make your own videos and create content. Is there anyone who wants to be a YouTuber here, or who's, you know, just in a space who wants to be an influencer or someone? Is there anyone who's interested in that space? Okay. All right. Okay, how many of you are willing to write? That, you know, we want to write something. Stories, content, films. How many of you are interested in journalism? Okay, all right. Radio, television, very less hands. बाकी लोगों को करना क्या है? What's the plan, guys? Anything which interests majority here? Business management. That's what majorly. But you'll have to communicate, guys. If you are going to be business managers for some huge brands, you will have to understand consumer communication. You will have to understand that what are you catering to your target group. Selling a product, making it a brand, making it meet the market needs. How many of you aspire to have your own brand and company someday? Quite a few hands. And how many of you are willing to work for huge brands existing in India or in other countries? Brand managers of huge MNCs. How many of you are willing to do that? Some good paychecks. I'll just close it with a simple thing that no matter what you do, understand your audience. Always know what you want to sell, how you want to sell. That's where the monies come from. You be it on social media, you be it in a boardroom, a conference room presenting your idea, or speaking with a client to get monies, you will always have to understand storytelling. Sell stories, and you can make a huge, amazing life. Trust me. Whatever medium it is, whichever chair, if you know how to sell stories, you can make the other person yours. People just want to listen to stories. That's how life works. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can we have a huge applause for her? So we have Srividya with us, a USLM student. She has prepared a few very generic questions. And if you think that any of the questions haven't been answered through Srividya's questions, we'll keep the floor open depending on the time we have left. We want to finish the talk within the stipulated time. So Srividya, over to you.
In your TED talk, you've talked about being vulnerable and being filterless. आज हम ऐसे टाइम में रहते हैं जहाँ हम मास्क के ऊपर मास्क पहनते हैं. तो what do you think? How do you sustain that authenticity in your personality? Sustain that singularity, you know, because we show as many faces as there are people. So,
you want me to stay human or talk monies here? Because there are two different ways the world functions. One is inside the house, one is outside the house. Inside the house, maybe you're filterless. Maybe you are your best. Outside too, depends on where you are, what do you want to sell, what are you branding. The more human, the more real, the more honest, the more in the benefit of the other person. It definitely helps. But at the end of it, you'll also have to be very, very aware that you keep it real and smart. So yes to filters, but depends on the intensity.
because honesty and vulnerability is what we see and in you. And that is rare because you can just put on a face and you can attract audiences and you can do that. But then, you know, how much can you capitalize on your feelings, you know, commercialize it but yeah.
I think the true artists, if we look at people who create music, who create films, or who are communicating on different platforms, I think if you put in your heart in anything you do with utter honesty, you will definitely make your community. So it works. Staying raw and staying honest definitely works the best. At the end of the day, you have to remember that there's another human on the other end, and you can never harm. So the more honest, the more real, it works.
As a frequent listener of your show for quite some years, I get frustrated at the amount of ads that I get. And so does it bother you? Because the actual time that I get to listen to your voice and the amount of ads, मेरे को रट गया है. I've memorized all the ads.
Where do you think the monies come from?
Yeah, but we want your show.
So, revenue generation is another thing. Any artist survives on that. If it is your Instagram, your YouTube, your radio, your newspapers, whichever medium you pick, revenue generation is extremely important because that helps the artist survive. The artist will obviously pour in heart in whatever they come up with. If they are writing something, if they are speaking something, if they are creating content. But to survive, they're humans and they definitely need revenue. So your consumers and audience, both at the same time for them. So when you're listening to me, you're my listener also and you're my consumer also. I'm selling you my content and I will generate revenue out of it. I think it's about being honest and trying your best to draw a line when it comes to serving. We definitely, as creators, have responsibility to create something which adds value to the other person. फिर चाहे वो कोई भी medium हो, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं you have to always draw a line that it should not just be about revenue, you know. Revenue is a part of it, not the whole content.
As a female celebrity, what do you think is the impact of having other female perspectives in the media space? You know, because it is male dominated and you hear a lot of the decision making going in the hands of males. So, you know, when women occupy positions of power in media or they have influence, so how does it impact media?
I'll answer this question with something which I have personally experienced. And that is, I come from a media house wherein I have seen 70% of women making creative decisions. And when I entered that space, I was taught that women are more creative. To which now I disagree, that I don't think gender is something which can decide anybody's creativity. I think it can be anybody. But somewhere down the line, I feel that women are more empathetic. I feel that striking a chord is something that they can do it in a better, easy way. And somewhere, depending on your branding, depending on your consumer base, depending on what is your purpose, at some places, if women are decision makers, it can definitely help. They have this superpower. That I believe. I think with a lot of natural pain and a lot of stuff that women have been coming with, the Venus has been experiencing it since ages. They naturally have the ability to be more empathetic. And in some cases, it helps. It helps organizations survive because they are humans at the end of the day. Even huge corporates, companies, they're running on the basis of humans. So a little bit of empathy always helps in selling anything.
Yeah, agreed. As a content creator, what do you think about the new media laws that came in place this year? There is censorship imposed by the central government governing, giving them executive power to take off any content that they think is not good. So as a content creator, how does it affect you?
I'm someone who's always created content which has made people feel better. So I don't think I have to worry about any kind of such laws. Because like I said, I create content to add value to someone else's life. Be it a audiogram or be it a YouTube video or whatever content. So as long as I'm able to treat it within the entire law frame of the Indian government, I'm pretty fine with it. Because that's the way I treat content.
But then, Ekta, wouldn't it be saying that you're predicting your content would be stagnant? What if you diversify and you...
It will always abide with the laws. It will never go against that. At the end of the day, I'll always remember that I'm a citizen of the nation which is giving me a platform and a huge audience. And I will always stand by the laws. That is what I can just talk about my own self as an individual. I think that makes things easy, and that's what I'd prefer.
When it comes to being a public icon, women on average face more online hate and trolling than men. So how do you respond to such situations?
I am blessed that ways, that creating content since 2015, I guess, yes. And in terms of communication, when it comes to social stuff, or it is the generic content that I create or whatever, whenever I communicate, I think the treatment works a lot. Even if I have to say to someone that, this is wrong, I think it's the way I have said that. It's not that you don't criticize someone. I think constructive criticism everybody is open to. But sadly, internet has become a space which is filled with more of hate and less of love. And we are a generation which is getting a chance to work on that for the upcoming generations, to make it a space which is something which helps people grow. We know a lot of people that have had a great time in this pandemic because of social media. They've saved lives. So I think it's about how we use it. Using and not abusing. I think that comes with the value system, that comes with the kind of principles you have as a person. So as long as you're not harming, as long as you're being someone who's going to be adding value, as long as you are someone who's going to be helping, I don't think there's any kind of harm. And I don't think there's any kind of a law also that is going to stop you from doing that, you know. I think it's pretty fine. So I think I have always kept my objectives clear while communicating. And that is why I have always received applause or love and blessings. I mean, one of the messages which is very common in my DM section, or even if the comment section if I go, there are a lot of people who write, God bless you. And it feels amazing to see that, because at the end of the day, I have one feeling that whatever I communicated in one video, I just made the other person feel better. Because everybody has a lot of pain in their lives. The past 2 years have been extremely painful. In my capacity as a human, using a medium, if I have a good reach and if I can communicate something which makes the other person feel better, my job is done. I'm sorted, I'm done. And it feels great. I think आपको उंगली करने वाले तब आते हैं जब आप उंगली करते हो. तो मुझे करनी नहीं है. लोगों का खुश रहना जरूरी है. अगर आप खुश रखते हैं तो आप खुश रह सकते हैं. As simple as that.
I think you've served as a part-time therapist to many people who listen to you in their cars.
I can just say that I'm on the lines of doing stuff that makes me feel better. And in that process, if people feel nice, my job is done.
Do we have a question from the audience? Anybody wants to ask? Oh, we have quite a few hands. We can take 2 questions. Sir? Can we have a mic for sir, please? Sir, mic.
Sujit Sarkar also made October. I want to know why it didn't work as well as Piku. Because it was as relatable as it can possibly get. That's my question.
I think a lot of factors decide that, sir. When it comes to any product working, any kind of content, be it any kind of medium, there are a lot of factors that decide. Sometimes there are branding, sometimes what is the communication, what is the time frame. One thing that radio taught me all these years was that I always have to understand what is my audience currently feeling, going through. What is the time frame, you know, when this product is going to hit my audience, when it is delivered. I think the timing is a very, very important thing. And we have a lot of such examples in Indian cinema where we have films which have received a lot of love years later. That was way ahead of its time. I think with October, something like this might happen years later. And still, I think there is a huge, huge community that has, like, you know, immense amount of love for that film. So I think it's the correct timing sometimes. But relatability does matter a lot. Thank you. Thank you.
Any of the students? Yes, we have somebody back there. Yes, please.
Hi, ma'am. My name is Yashvita. I'm
Hi.
from 3rd year studying psychology. So you said कि अगर हम सामने वाले को खुश रखते हैं तो हम भी खुश रहते हैं. But since you're not really connected, like personally connected to your audience, and you don't meet them every single day, do you practice the same sentence even when you're with your family? Because I have been that person, and I used to believe कि अगर मैं सामने वाले को खुश रखती हूँ तो मैं भी खुश रहूँगी. But that actually didn't work when I was with my family. कि अगर वो मुझे कुछ बोल रहे, if they're happy with it, I'll do it. But still, even though I didn't want to do it. So it's like, how does this work when we are with our family?
What gives you happiness? Making others happy, or you want to keep yourself happy? I don't think that there's a definition to it. I don't think we can divide it that ways.
I mean,
you definitely have to choose your peace and your happiness. That comes first. क्योंकि अगर आप खुद खुश नहीं रहेंगे तो आप किसी और को खुश नहीं रख सकते. And doing our basic duties, working on our own families, working on people around us, we definitely work in that space to make sure that we're not becoming an obstacle, you know. I think as long as that is maintained, things are fine.
So if we strive to maintain our peace,
sometimes peace is more important than happiness. You make sure the other person's comfort is taken care of, and you're not the person who's going to be bothering. I think those things help. The basic simple rules.
So for example,
see, be it on any medium or in real life, I have some very basic philosophy. Everything is a relationship. How do you maintain a relationship? Staying honest. If you're uncomfortable speaking,
yes,
these basic rules apply everywhere. तुम्हें चाहे एक फिल्म बनानी है, तुम्हें चाहे एक वीडियो बनाना है, चाहे किसी के साथ बिजनेस करना है, कोई चीज सेल करनी है, अगर तुम ऑनेस्ट हो, तुम रियल हो, जो तुम्हें लगता है वो गलत है तुम कह रहे हो, तो मुझे नहीं लगता किसी को कोई तकलीफ हो सकती है. Basic rules apply everywhere.
Is it the same with your parents too? Like,
sorry?
We are like, is it the same with our parents? Because we are teenagers, most of us are teenagers, and when we do that, our parents call us rebels. So like,
why? No parent in the world will call you a rebel or treat anyway, Baba.
So for example, when I came out of my house, like I came downstairs to my mother and she saw me dressing up like this, she said me, ye kya pehen ke ja rahi hai? Like, will you wear this to your college? Like, your bra is showing and stuff like that. I wanted to wear this and I knew I'm going to wear this. So I didn't give an answer to her. I just walked out of my house, simply gave her the space to whatever she wants to say.
But you're thinking about this when you're in this room, that was not fine, right?
I mean, she said some like really rude things to me that I wouldn't have expected my mother to say it to me, being her daughter. So that is where the question comes, ki like, if we be honest and be who we are exactly in front of our parents, that actually works.
A piece of garment will decide if you want to choose a garment or your relationship. What's more important to you? Choice is yours.
That is where it starts building up. Like,
your question itself has the answers. You chose the garment and your comfort and your styling.
Yes.
That's what your choice. If you're happy with it, great.
Okay, thanks.
You chose your happiness.
Yeah.
Simple.
All right, that would be the last question. Yeah.
Hi. My question would be, like, nowadays, almost all of us use filters, let's say on Instagram or Snapchat. And even in the real world, all of us has some filter or the other on our face. So even we get complex from these celebs. So what's your take on the filters or on, on being ourselves and not having filters in front of us?
Nobody is their own self. I will be myself when I will be in my room at my home. This is the blunt, honest answer. That is a fact of life. Everybody has filters on. And let's never be a hypocrite by saying, no, be real. हम सब real अपने घर पे होते हैं और घर में भी bedroom में होते हैं. वो उससे भी ज़्यादा honest bathroom में होते हैं. तुम सबसे ज़्यादा honest अपने खुद के ख्यालों के साथ, जब तुम्हें किसी चीज का डर नहीं होता, जब तुम होते हो, वो तुम बाथरूम में होते हो, तुम तुम्हारे घर के लिविंग रूम में भी तुम नहीं होते, क्योंकि वहां पे there are other family members, there's your father, there's your mother, there are your siblings. तो फिल्टर्स तो हर जगह है, तो इंस्टाग्राम के फिल्टर्स को क्यों बदनाम करके रखा है भाई? करो जितने यूज करने, हर जगह है. जस्ट बिकॉज हमें वो नाम पता है कि अभी कोई फिल्टर है, तो क्या आज से 20 साल पहले लोग फिल्टर्स नहीं यूज करते थे? अरे मुखौटा तो सालों से पहनते आए हैं, आज फिल्टर्स को क्यों बदनाम कर रहे हो? These are small things. These are very small things. If you put your energy and brains into these kind of small things, trust me, you're wasting a lot of your time. Trust me. Don't put your energy into all these small things.